What's going on, you guys? It's your Huggable Hipster here, and welcome back to today's Tea Talk, where we have a lot. Like, you guys came through. It was straight fire. I can't even count how many articles I was sent this week. I was sent a lot by Peter. I was sent a lot by Andrew. I was sent a lot by like different people who I don't even know were in the community. So y'all are straight fire. Thank you so much for providing articles, and I had to sort out and choose which ones I thought were going to be the best ones to go over for the week. So without further ado, let's get into the Tea Talk and discuss some gaming news. So the first thing I want to mention that I really thought was prevalent this week, as I put up my sweater paws, I want to discuss an exclusive. Y'all know it's good when they call it an exclusive. New Resident Evil movie from 47 Meters Down director is in development. Now, I have not seen 47 Meters Down. I think it had to do with sharks, and I'm not with that. That's not my vibe. Like, I know underwater stuff. No. Like, that's the only thing that terrifies me is underwater, because you don't know what's gonna grab you. And interesting that they're already doing a reboot of the movies, considering the fact that the most recent Resident Evil movie was done in 2016. That's only 3 years ago. That's not that long ago. So are they doing a reboot of the first movie that came out in 2002, or are they actually like doing an entire thing where they're actually going to do it justice? And by justice, I mean they're actually going to do the video games justice so that it looks coherent. That way the storyline looks cohesive. I mean, they spent millions and millions of dollars doing these movies for Resident Evil. I feel like not only am I excited, but it's kind of a slap in the face to the movies. Now, don't get me wrong, I absolutely love the Resident Evil movies for what they were, but to do a remake only 3 years after the most recent film came out, I don't know. It's kind of making me wonder if they're actually going to do this movie based on the mansion and do it the correct way this time. Because think about this, you guys. The very first Resident Evil movie that came out was a year before the remake of the first game in 2003. 2003 was the year that I started playing Resident Evil. So that movie came out before I had any idea of what Resident Evil was. And I remember being a little girl, you know, just minding my own business, doing little girl things, and seeing a commercial on Sci-Fi for a Resident Evil movie that was going to be airing on TV. Now, for me, I was really hype about this because I was like squealing like a little girl. I was a little girl, but I was squealing. It was just so exciting because whenever I saw that there was a movie adaptation of it, and then I saw the movie and I just felt so disappointed. The entire budget for the films was $288 million. So for me, I was kind of shookington to the core that they didn't put more effort into it. I mean, they put effort into it for what it was, but it wasn't a direct translation of the games. But there is a TV show coming out about Resident Evil on Netflix, and it is a Netflix exclusive, so we'll see if the TV show, I'm gonna be so like laughing my ass off if the TV show does the game more justice than the movies did with the budget that they had. Like I said, the movies were good for what they were. I'm really interested to see how this reboot does, considering the fact that, like I said, it's only 3 years after the entire series ended. Like, there are how many films are there? There are 6 Resident Evil movies, and it's not until the second one that you even see Jill. Like, this is oh my god. I mean, Alice, for crying out loud, she's not even a character in the video games. How are you going to put a character that's not even in the Resident Evil universe into the movies that's based on the games? Like, I don't get it. I have so many questions in my head. Will the TV show adaptation be better than the movies that came out for Resident Evil? Or will this new reboot be everything that we wanted for the series to begin with? I don't know. I have so many questions. Now, this next article might affect some Switch users who are looking to upgrade their Switch device. It states here in the article that, sorry, you cannot exchange your Nintendo Switch for an upgraded model. Now, it states here in the article that a spokesperson for Nintendo debunked rumors that some new Nintendo Switch owners will be able to exchange their consoles to upgraded versions for free. It continues in saying that Nintendo representatives said earlier this week that customers who purchased purchase Nintendo Switch after July 17th, which was when the updated console was announced, will be able to exchange a device for a newer model. Digital Trends confirmed this offer, though the representative that they talked to was unable to get them specific details on the program. It goes on to say in the article from a quote that a spokesperson said, "For Nintendo, we do not have a Nintendo Switch exchange program. We always want the players to enjoy Nintendo Switch systems, and if anything ever gets in the way of that, we encourage them to visit support.nintendo.com for support or contact our consumer support team," which sounds like a copy and paste email to me. And I understand, like, if you are in the market for something new and you do not own a Switch, then yeah, absolutely get the newer version. But I feel it kind of I feel kind of shady that they're not allowing users to upgrade their old model. Like, for example, Apple, whenever you want to get a new iPhone, they have the exchange program of where you can exchange your old iPhone for a current model. I think is awesome. You know, they're making a little extra money on the side, and they're, well, on the side, it kind of sounds like a lemonade stand. Timmy, let's make some extra money on the side. Sell your old iPhone in for get a better price. Oh boy, Pluto. Sounded like a really passive aggressive Mickey Mouse there. But with the Switch, since you can't upgrade, I feel like they're kind of losing a little bit of, they're going to lose some customers with this, honestly. And they say that here in the article as well, another version of the console, the Nintendo Switch, will be released later this year. The model will be cheaper than the regular Nintendo Switch at just $200, which honestly, I think that's a good price for a piece of equipment. You can travel with it. You know, if you have kids, you can, you know, show your kids how to use it. Have it like as one of their first gaming consoles. That's just, I mean, it's awesome and adorable. I remember my first handheld console was the Game Boy Color, and I still have so many memories with that thing. I played Pokemon on there. I played the Powerpuff Girls. Like, I played SpongeBob. That was one hell of a game. And the next article that we are going to get into, I think, is perfect for me. I found my harmony with a game. I found my twin. I found my lost person with a game. Coffee Talk. The name of this game is called Coffee Talk. The game lets you make coffee for orcs and elves in alternative Seattle. It states here in the article that Indonesian indie studio Tog Productions are working on Coffee Talk, a game about being a barista in a version of Seattle where fantasy folk live alongside humans. Now, it's stated here that it's a bit like Shadowrun and a bit like VA11, only the drink mixing is less boring and you can draw some coffee art in the phone, which I am all down for. Now, it continues on stating in the article that some of the customers who may be elves, orcs, dwarves, and the like will visit your late night coffee shop, and it's up to you to whip them up some espresso or whatever they may need. I want to play this. Like, honestly, I need to play this in my life. I need to get like a significant release date. I need to understand that my life will probably change from playing this game a lot. And the last piece of gaming news today is a new game announced. Little Nightmares 2 is coming. I'm so excited for this. I got the first game and it's in my Xbox library and I'm so excited to play it on the channel. Little Nightmares 2 was announced at Gamescom this year and has a release date for sometime in 2020. It states here in the article though that Little Nightmares is getting a sequel and looks just as creepy as the first, which I wouldn't say that it's creepy. I would say it's adorable because I love the art style that Little Nightmares is in. I absolutely love the entire concept that it is a side-scrolling game and it somewhat reminds me of Frambo. It also goes into saying while Little Nightmares was entirely focused on Six as she attempted to make her way out of the maw, the sequel will give her a little companionship with a new character called Mono. As soon as I think of Mono, I instantly think of the mixtape that was released by Namjoon and BTS, so that, you know, never mind. I'm just a fangirl. Never mind. Now, according to Maverick, Mono and Six will join into a place called Signal Tower, which will play a central role in the story. Now, it also continues to state in the article that another departure from the original, that Maverick revealed that the Little Nightmares 2 will feature some combat, which I'm really interested to see because the first game, as far as I know, did not include any combat whatsoever. Maverick says that you can actually use these utensils just to keep you safe and defend yourself, which it probably means that they're not going to use it as a actual form of combat or anything to really protect yourself. It's just to like maybe defend yourself from attacks or something. I'm not quite sure. So like if an AI comes up to you and you just have to like block something or something might happen that you need to do like a quick reflex reaction to, that could be interesting. I can't wait to see what happens with Little Nightmares 2 because in this in the trailer, which I did not see yet, which I want to see on my own time, and then I'll let you guys know what I think on Twitter, which for me lately I've been watching a lot more trailers and review stuff on my own and doing my own feedback because whenever I watch trailers or I watch something on YouTube and people don't see the reaction that they want, whether it be something like super scared or super excited or whatever it may be, I feel like that lets them down. to an extent, whether it be any kind of person who does a reaction. I feel like if it's not the reaction that they want, they get upset by it. So for me, I'd rather just watch it on my own and I will report back to you guys. So once I watch this trailer, I will definitely let you guys know what I think on Twitter. And the last part of today is our cafe of the week. And our cafe from the week is another one from Japan, and is the Alice in Wonderland Cafe. Now this themed cafe is located in Shinjuku, Japan. Now this is one of the 7 Alice in Wonderland themed restaurants in Japan. I know that's a lot of Alice in Wonderland, but it's very popular in Japan, and it is run by Diamond Dining, which is also the owners of the Vampire Cafe and the Kawaii Monster Cafe that I told you guys about a couple of weeks ago. The Vampire Cafe sounds absolutely amazing, and I think that might be my first stop whenever I go to Japan. Now there's a lot of things on the menu. Whenever you go to a cafe, it's most likely you're going to be getting sweets. You're most likely going to be getting smaller portioned foods, although they do have a dinner menu. Now whenever you're going to the cafes, whether it be in South Korea or Japan, they are very strict with a lot of their timings. So dinners for dinner, lunches for lunch. Well, in the States actually you can have like breakfast for dinner or something like that. So they don't really have that in Japan or South Korea as far as I know. So whenever you're going there, be sure to know what time you want to go to the cafes. That way you're not expecting to get dinner like 5 o'clock. For the cafe, they do have some really interesting things I'm going to read off for you guys. They have some creme brulee, they have a mixed berry parfait, they have green tea roll cake plate. Oh my god, that sounds absolutely delicious. They have ice cream, they have jus chocolat, they have like a lot of different things apart from their coffee list. And they also have no alcohol cocktail, which makes me very happy because as most of you guys know, I don't drink. So for me to have a no alcohol cocktail, that would be absolutely incredible. Some of the no alcohol cocktails that they do have is Happy Commonplace Day, Pursue the White Rabbit, Alice Tea Party, and Alice in Magical World, which is the name of the cafe. But yeah, that was today's tea talk. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you guys like my face and what I do, please be sure to subscribe and hit that bell down below because I make videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 1 p.m. EST. And if you guys are not already, please be sure to check out the links down below. I have my Patreon down there as well as all of my other social media links. Stay casually nerdy, you guys, and I will talk to you all in the next video. Peace.